Hey guys, welcome to day one of your 3-day weight training HIIT program. Okay, all you're going to need today is one dumbbell, preferably an adjustable dumbbell, so you can select a good weight, or a range of dumbbells that you can select. All right, what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a heart raiser and a dynamic warm-up. We do this to make sure that we build ourselves up and we don't just jump straight into the really high intense work. Okay, we reduce the risk of injury and we make sure that we kind of loosen ourselves before we get going. All right, once we've done our warm-up, we're going to quickly run through the circuit and make sure that every single movement we understand the technique, how much weight to use and how to move through it. Okay, in future weeks, once you've done this a few times, you can just obviously skip that bit and go straight into the circuit after the warm-up. But make sure you don't skip the warm-up. That's a really, really crucial and important part of the session. Okay, so right into it. All right, we're going to go for 3 minutes. All right, timer with me. We're going to go for 3 minutes, just getting our heart rate up. So time started, and we're just going to be jogging on the spot. Okay, I'm just going to set this down here. All right, and as you're doing this, you can get everything nice and loose, okay? All right, it doesn't need to be like a proper jog, anything like that. You could just be moving your body around a little bit. I like to sort of move side to side, get a little bit of twisting in the hips, okay? You can kick your legs out to the side, you can kick your legs in front of you. Anything goes, and I'll start to add the pieces on, but we're just gonna get moving here and start to get our heart rate up, okay? Anything goes, anything's fine. All right, keep the arms nice and loose. Okay, you're just gonna start to do some arm circles with the right arm here, going backwards. We're gonna do 5 circles. All right, here we go. And then 5 circles forward. Okay, you can mix up what you're doing with the legs. All right, it's not really important. It's just like how you do it. It's more that you're just doing it. Good, switching arms. 5 circles back. Good, and 5 circles forward. Okay, you might find this challenging from a coordinative standpoint, but it's gonna be good. Good, and just gonna open and close a little bit. You can do some jumps, or you can continue to jog on the spot, but just open and close the arms, cross the body. Good. That's lovely, and we're going to go both circles. Good, you can move around a little bit in the space that you have. Don't need a lot of space. Change directions with those circles. Good. All right, coming up to the 2nd minute. All right, I'm going to get you to, we're just going to speed it up a little bit. So, all right, whatever you're doing with the legs, just speed up the movement, whatever it might be. If it's jumps, you're just going to go a little bit faster. Okay. Okay. We've got, let's grab the timer here, 30 seconds. So we're really going to step it up in terms of the speed now. So I'm just going to get us to now purposefully do some high knees, bringing the knees up nice and high. Okay, as high as you can manage. Okay, if that's at sort of hip height like that, then great. All right, here we go, keep going. Get the arms working. Fantastic, keep it going guys, 10 seconds. Okay, you can finish with some really fast start jumps if you want. Anything goes. And time, good, fantastic. So heart rate should be up. We should feel nice and warm. We should feel blood flow going through the body. That's excellent. And we're just gonna go through some simple stretches. Okay, 3 to 4 stretches. The first one is gonna be, we're gonna take a big step forward. Hands are gonna come down. All right, you can rest the back knee on the floor, okay? From here, you should feel a nice stretch in this back leg, like that. All right, we're gonna go elbow, drive down towards the front foot on that front foot side, rotating, and then we're gonna sit back and straighten this leg. We'll feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg here, okay? So just again, leg forward, elbow down, rotate to that side, make sure you rotate through the chest, and then sit back. Now you can do this all with the back leg off as well, it's a little bit harder. Good. And then you can switch sides here. All right, and we're gonna do 3 of these each side. You can see I'm not holding the stretch for very long. It's a dynamic stretch, so I'm going in and out of the positions, nice and smooth. Good. Next one is going to be a quad stretch, like a classic quad stretch, but we're gonna combine it with a hinge. So you're gonna slightly bend the leg that we're standing on, and we're gonna hinge over, hold on to something for balance, and we're just gonna go 3 up and down like that, stretching the hamstring as well. Switch legs. Good. 2, 3. Lovely, good. Next one is just going to be a lateral lunge. So lunge to the side, one leg's dead straight, and then the same leg that lunged to the side, you're going to bring it across and behind and do a curtsy lunge. So it's a lateral lunge, curtsy. Great job. 3, and then you switch legs. Really good. Lovely, and then we've got one more. So we should really feel that opening up the hips a little bit. We've got one more, we're gonna go toe touch. If we need to bend our knees to get down, that's fine. We're gonna walk our hands out. Okay, we can go past a little bit and just get a little bit of a nice stretch on our back. And then keeping the legs straight, we're just gonna walk our feet up to the hands, really good. So this warms up the shoulders, the back of the legs. If you want to, you can also do a variation where the feet don't move and the hands go in and out, but you can pick. All right, you can go 3 to 5 of those, okay? So that's our warm up. We should feel a little bit more looser. All right, more mobilized in the hips. If you feel like you need to do a few more stretches before you get going, just simply pause the video and go through what you need to go through. It's at this point, if you're in week 2, or this is your 2nd and 3rd session and you're comfortable with the movements, skip the next tutorial bit, a couple of minutes, and we'll get straight into the workout. If it's the first week, we're just gonna run through the technique of each of the movements in the circuit. Okay, so in this circuit, we've got 6 exercises, all right? I'm gonna get you to select a weight, all right? It's always good to start lighter and to go through the technique of each of the exercises, all right? And then you can get a better idea of how much weight that you need to use. I will not know how much weight you're going to use personally, all right? But preferably to keep the intensity high and to keep sort of the workout moving smoothly, all right? And so you can transition from one exercise to the next. You preferably want to try and stick with the same weight for all the exercises, which means the exercise that you feel the weakest on, that's probably going to be the standard for the weight that you go across. So some exercises might feel a little bit easier and some exercises might feel really, really hard. But try and keep the same weight. If you have an adjustable dumbbell, that's really useful because then you can just chop and change really quickly, okay? The first exercise is called thrusters. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the dumbbell on the outside, okay, like this. You're going to hold it at your shoulders. You're going to get yourself into a good squat stance. So feet slightly pointed out, weight in the center of the feet. You're going to squat yourself down, and then as you come up, press the dumbbell through your shoulders, okay? So what we want to see is a nice good alignment at the top. Sit your weight back, keep the weight in the center of the feet, and press through, okay? Quite simple there. We obviously want to make sure that we're not excessively leaning or falling over during our squat. We want to stay nice and balanced through there. It sometimes helps to have something to aim for, to sit down to. You obviously don't want to have your heels coming up, so keep your feet flat through that. So that's the thrusters. All right, we're going to be doing 10 of those. The next one is a single arm bent over row. Now you can do this a couple of ways. You can quickly grab a chair or come over to something to rest your hand on, all right? Important thing about this exercise is to keep your back relatively straight, okay? To have a slight bend in the knees, and then you're just gonna be rowing the weight up, okay? You can also do this just hinging over, all right? And this is gonna be important later in another exercise. And you can do the row like that. You can also go into a staggered stance There's quite a few variations of how to do that, and it's more just important about just getting that movement done in the way that you're comfortable with. You're gonna be doing 10 of those each side. We've then got a clean and a squat. So that basically means that we're going to be going and picking up the dumbbell, all right? We're going to slightly hinge. We're then going to powerfully pick the dumbbell up to our shoulder and squat down, all right? We then take it back down. We slightly hinge up and squat down, and we're gonna be completing reps either side here, 5 each side. So it's an explosive movement. We come back. You can see I've created this sort of triangle position. We call this the power triangle. We pull up and we squat down. That's the clean and the squat. And we're gonna be doing 5 each side of those. The next one, relatively simple, is a push-up with one hand on the dumbbell. So a nice good push-up position. If you need to, you can do this on your knees. If you can, we go on our feet and we do 5 with the dumbbell on the one hand. We then switch hands and complete 5 on the other hand, making sure we keep the body nice and straight. Hips aren't shooting forward, hips aren't shooting back. A nice good alignment through there. We've then got an RDL. Now we can complete this 2 ways. We've got 10 reps to do in total. This is a challenging movement for a lot of people in terms of just understanding the difference between a squat and a hinge. So we're gonna keep our weight in the center of our feet, knees are slightly bent. We then push and hinge our hips back, keeping the knees bent, weight shoots or moves towards the heel. My back is nice and straight. I should feel a little bit of a stretch on my hamstrings. And then my hip comes up and extends before my knees, and then I can straighten my knees after that. Now there's 2 ways you can choose to hold the dumbbell. The first one is either side, holding with both hands, keeping the weight nice and close, up and down, okay? Keeping my back as straight as I can, not overly lifting the chest up and arching my back, or definitely not rounding into this position, but keeping a nice straight back. That's one option. Or you could go 5, holding with one arm, and then 5 on the other arm, okay? So that's the RDL. And then the last movement is simply just reverse lunges, okay? Again, 2 options here of how to hold it. We've got 6 reverse lunges each leg. We can hold it up at our chest, okay, and our shoulders, and we can complete 6 lunges on there on that side, or we can choose to hold it on the same arm that the leg is going back. We want a nice soft tap, so we don't want our knee crashing into the ground here. Nice and soft. And then we would switch hands for the other side. So those are our 6 exercises, okay? We're going to complete all of those movements back to back, one after the other, okay? We're then gonna give you a quick rest, and we're gonna go for 3 rounds, okay? Now, as the weeks go on, we can add in a 4th round, a 5th round, a 6th round, okay? And make it more difficult in that way, or you can make it more difficult by increasing the load that you're doing throughout each of the movements, okay? So without further ado, all right, we're gonna go straight into the circuit, all right? I'm gonna time it to see how long it actually takes, okay? So grab your weight, and we've got our thrusters to start with in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So 10 thrusters, squat down, press through. Good. The way you want to breathe is you generally want to hold your breath or inhale on the way down, and then exhale as you come up. 4. That's 5. Keep going. Well done. 6. 8. 9. 10. Fantastic. Good. Next one. We've got single arm bent over rows. I'm just going to come into this position, do the variation that you want, and we've got 10 each side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent work. Keep going. Switching hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that back nice and straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. The next one is our squat and clean clean and squat. We've got 5 each leg, so we hinge up onto the shoulder and squat down. Good. 1, 2, 3. Nice work, guys. Keep it going. 4 and 5. Excellent. Switching sides. Remember, if I'm getting ahead of you, that's absolutely fine. Go at your own pace. If you need to stop, then stop. But try your best to keep moving. Push through it. 3. Well done. 4 and 5. We've got our push-ups next. 5 each arm. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic, guys. Keep it going. Heart rate should be up by now. 5. Fantastic. And we have our RDLs. I'm going to go double arm hold today. Okay. 10 of these. Okay. Hinging nice and strong. Making sure our hips extend before our knees. Should be feeling this in the back of the legs. Shouldn't be feeling this in the lower back. Keeping the weight nice and close to you. Make sure you're at an appropriate weight for you. If it feels too easy, then increase it on the next round. Nice. Lovely. And then we're going to go the reverse lunge. I'm going to hold it up on my shoulders for this one. We've got 6, 2, 3. Great job, guys. 6. Keep it going. 1, 2, 3. And 6. Good. Rest. So that took us 3 minutes and about 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So we're going to rest for 90 seconds, which is about half of that time. So that time has started. Now, whilst we're resting, you can change the weights. You can go into a stretch of any position that you like, that you might feel like you need to loosen up into. Your heart rate should be high. Here's a good opportunity as well to work on your breathing. Slowly calm your breathing. It might feel like it's a little bit erratic. Your heart rate is all the way up. Now 90 seconds seems like a long time, and even though this is a HIIT workout, already 45 seconds have gone, so your heart rate does go up quite high if you're working at the appropriate weight. If the weight is too easy, then it might feel like the circuit isn't intense enough. So it's important to make sure that you maintain the intensity by using the right weight, okay? I'm just using 20 kilos today, okay? I could probably go up a little bit higher, okay? But I'm constantly talking, and so. All right, we've got another 20 seconds. Grab yourself a drink. We're gonna stick to that 90-second rest period. So grab your weights, make sure you're ready for round 2. Okay, we've got another 10 seconds. Barely that. 5, 4, here we go for round 2. 3, 2, 1, and thrusters, go. 1, 2, make sure you're moving well. 3, 4, 5, great job, guys, keep going. 6, make sure you're going good depth, keeping the feet flat. 7, 8, 9, 10, excellent, single arm bent over row. You can mix up the positions if you want to. I'm just going to stay the same today. 10 each arm. 1. Rowing the elbow into the pocket. 10. Great job. Switching sides. Fantastic, fellas. Here we go. And We've got the squat, clean, or clean and squat. Picking it up to the shoulder, catching it at the shoulder, and then squatting down. You can do those both in one movement, or catch it, then squat if that's easier for you. 5, good. Oh, excellent, guys. 5. I don't know if I'm miscounting that. I think that might have been 4. Anyway, push up. Here we go. Make sure you're counting your own reps. I'm not going to count them for you. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Switching sides. Lovely work. Good. We've got our RDL. Holding both hands or one hand. 10 reps here. Moving well through the hip. 2, 3. Rolling the weight down your body. Don't leave it too far away from the center of mass. 10, good. Finishing off with the reverse lunges to end round 2. Nice and soft with that back knee, unlike that first rep of mine. Good, switching legs. Six, lovely. 90 seconds on the clock. That's the end of round 2. Feel free to go into any stretch that you want. Really good job, guys. We've got one more round. Keep it going. Good. So you can remember go into any stretch that you want. Anything that you feel might be a bit stiff or that needs a little bit of energy to there, into that area. Or you can just grab yourself a drink, catch your breath. Now you may be wondering, why are we resting for so long? The important thing is so that we can maintain intensity when we actually do the working set. The last thing that we want is for the first set, intensity is really high, we don't rest enough, and then quality goes down, technique gets poorer, we increase the risk of injury here. So we've got another 25 seconds. We then got one more round. So just work on catching your breath, bringing your heart rate back down. Grab a drink if you need it. 15 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, ready for round 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going, guys. Fantastic job. Brilliant job. Bent over row. Elbow to the hip pocket. Excellent. If you can attempt to not put the weight down, I know I did last circuit, then that'd be great as well. Hold on to that dumbbell. Good. Squat or clean and squat. Here we go. 1, 2, 4,
Nice and explosive on the way up on this one. Switching arms when you're ready. Five, great job. Into the push-ups. One, two. Lovely. Obviously the dumbbell will have to come down for this one. Five, great job. Romanian deadlift, RDLs, 10 of these. One. Great job, guys, we're nearly there. Halfway. Good. Gonna mix it up for the last round, holding the lunge. Gonna hold it on one arm. 1, 2. Remember, we hold it in the arm, that the leg is going back, so we have that space for the dumbbell to go. 6, good. Switching arms, nearly there. 6, great job. Plonk the dumbbell away, catch your breath. Really, really good, guys. Fantastic. What we're gonna do is come down onto our mat or come down to the floor. And we're just gonna finish off with a couple of stretches. So as your heart rate's coming, it's obviously through the roof at the moment, or it's high, if we've been working at the right intensity, just come down, you can grab a drink. We're gonna lie on our side, flex the top leg up, grab the bottom leg, knee, hip, and shoulder all in line, and just give it a gentle little pull here. And work on bringing your heart rate back down in a controlled fashion. Excellent job getting through this session. Not easy to maintain high weight and non-stop movements. So you can hold that stretch for about 30 seconds, and then you can switch sides here. I'm just gonna show you a few that you can do. Most important thing is to go from your heart rate's really up, you're in a sympathetic nervous system state, and we're gonna try and flip to a parasympathetic rest and digest state, bringing your heart rate back down. So that's one option. You can lie on your back, you can simply just lie here and just do a couple of minutes of breathing, bringing your heart rate back down. But if you want to stretch a couple of other areas of the body, grab the back of your hamstring. You can come up and down for a nice hamstring stretch, a couple of those each side. You can then, like I did before in the session, bring one leg across and open, and then just try and breathe into this side, the open side. Good. It's really important to make sure that you cool down properly. The last thing we want to do is do a nice intense workout like that and then just go back and sit at our desk, or just have a shower and then sit at our desk, because we'll be all sweaty hopefully. It's always good to take a couple of minutes and just stretch out. Just do a couple, one more here for your back. So just reaching palms open and let your head sink between your shoulders. You can do this with one hand and really push forward with that wrist. Good, you can also bring your hand across and stretch the lats in the upper back. And just make sure we breathe. Okay, great job. So you can see I'm sweating like a pig. Okay, really, really good. So that's day one. That's workout one, just a single dumbbell workout. In future weeks, just make sure you're moving with really, really good technique, and then hopefully the load and the intensity you can improve with more weight You should see strength improving as well as your general conditioning. Great job, and I'll see you in the next workout.